No.
And did you ever get any money from Maya Lansky?
I never got money from any of those fellas.
None of those
None of those fellas. None of these that I've been reading about, or none that I knew. They never gave me anything.
None of the Pachettes?
No. I don't even speak to it. I mean, I met that Charlie once or twice. I don't even talk.
You don't like it?
No.
Night Court with Joe Lanou, live on X.
Also known as Duck Corella.
I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent to
You
criminate.
got any business?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of intent to criminate.
You have any profession?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent
You have
to
any
criminate.
occupation?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent
Are
to
you a
criminate.
known racketeer?
I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent.
Welcome, folks. Welcome to our Friday night grand jury show where we watch police videos and kind of serve as a panel and give our non-expert opinions on the use of force. Is Fizzy, is your mic open? Maybe.
Sorry.
But tonight we've got a lineup of some. We've got a lineup of some background noise for sure. We got you lined up on that. Some videos that. Once again, this is going to be one of those nights where you're going to see a common theme, and I'm not going to say what the common theme is just yet, but I think after maybe 3 videos, you'll pick it up. But there just happens to be a common theme on the latest videos that I've been able to pick up. We've got Burton background, and tonight with us, we've got myself. I'll be acting as the, I guess, law enforcement side tonight. Burton could do that. Burton was also law enforcement. Glad to have you. We've got Dr. Douglas Ahern, a legal mind out of the state of Texas. And there's Jason. And we've got Jason with us as well. But Dr. Douglas Ahern is going to hold down the fort for the legal minds tonight. We may have another person joining us, maybe late. We'll have that sometimes. Then, of course, we've got our co-host for the Night Court show, Big Ron, Bruce Wayne, and Fidgy in the house tonight. Anybody have any exciting news before we get into the videos or anything they want to say? Just want to say hi. Well, Squirrel
hey, y'all.
does. Good evening, Squirrel Nuts. I don't know whether to call that guy Squirrel or just Nuts or just, I mean, I'm kind of just going with his full proper name is Squirrel Nuts.
I think you could just call him Nuts, but
We could do that. We got Casey. And who just joined us? Well, I had Corey Brooks in here. Let's try him again. Corey Brooks. And he's out. But hopefully he can come back. I'm going to start the first video and let's get this show started. This is a Florida man. I'm sorry. Let's go with California crash and shoot.
Family 911, where's your emergency?
Can you send me a police car to Walmart in Hesperian because there's a reckless guy crashing my vehicle?
Okay, did you guys crash in the parking lot or on the street?
No, he crashed me twice
In the
on purpose.
In the parking lot or on the street?
Yeah, on the parking lot. I know
Okay.
his address.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. What type of car are they in?
He's in a Toyota Tacoma.
Okay, why are you saying he purposely hit your vehicle?
Because I got his kids in the car.
Okay, so who is this person?
So he's the dad. I'm the stepdad. We were dropping them off. We're 5 minutes late. He got mad and he crashed me on purpose.
Okay, but he hit your car with his car, correct?
Yeah, he backed into my car 2 times. He basically totaled my car. So can you guys please send a car right now?
I copy 18, Eagle Healy, eastbound 164 for East 14. Is there a unit with 21?
Can you just roll the windows down for me, please?
Copy.
Roll the windows down. Stop. Stop. Hey, stay right there, bro. Stop. Stop. Hey, stop where you are right now. Hey, I don't want to tease you.
21, one at Taser Point, uncooperative.
Copy, 1 at Taser Point, uncooperative. Code 33, channel 1.
Don't move right now.
I took code 3.
Copy.
Discover code 3.
22, copy.
What was that earlier hand movements?
2198.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots fired. Second copy.
Suspect still up in front of the car. Just facing eastbound, still shooting. Shots fired. Start.
Alright, copy. Shots fired. Gun facing eastbound, starting county. Anyone copy?
1199, all units code 3.
All units code 3.
Don't you fucking move! Get on the knees!
County.
Get on the ground now! Beanbag, beanbag, beanbag! Get on the ground! Beanbag! Hey, lay down now! Get on the fucking ground! Lay down now! Beanbag deployed 2 times. Suspects on the ground, face down, hands are up. We're standing by for more units. No, hey! Get back! We're gonna stand by for more units. We're gonna get a shield and form an arrest team. They're facing.
Is there a unit within one?
Can you just roll the windows down for me, please?
Copy.
Roll the windows down. Stop. Stop. Hey, stay right there, bro. Stop. Stop. Hey, stop where you are right now. Hey, I don't want to tease you. 21, 1 at one at Taser Point, uncooperative.
Do this thing.
Don't move. Don't move right now. I don't want to have to tase you, man.
No, this is crazy.
Don't get back in the car. Don't get back in the car. Hey, stop. Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots fired.
Stay down, stay down. Hey, show me your hands! Move same time. Move it. Frank, grab your left arm. All right. Don't move. Are you injured? Yeah.
So you guys heard the 911 call. Evidently, it was a child custody issue. I guess the biological father started ramming his vehicle into the stepfather and mama's new boyfriend or whatever it was, and caused some damage. Police are called to it, and then this is the subsequent traffic stop. He jumps out, and well, I don't want to go too far into it. You guys have any points you want to go back and look at?
No, I think it's pretty cut and dry, Joe.
That was the father, right?
Yeah, that was the father. Yes.
I don't think he's the father anymore.
Okay, I guess we just want to go ahead and make some votes on this. Nobody has any comments?
Did something bounce off of the patrol unit's hood?
The suspect threw the gun.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought I saw just before.
Now go ahead.
Yeah, it was a little after when the second unit arrived. Something bounced off the hood, and I was like, "What the hell? Did he throw the gun at him?"
He did. That was his surrendering. But he came out. Still didn't go to the ground as commanded, and they hit him with beanbag rounds a couple of times, and then he submitted.
You got to admit, he took 2 beanbags and didn't hardly flinch.
All right, somebody made a mention about hand movements. Do we need to see that? Was that a question? So nobody's going to question how we went from taser to firearm? Is it because this guy ran away from him?
No, that's right here. Right there.
Yep.
What's right there?
He drew. The suspect drew a handgun.
So he pulled looked like out of his waistband, right? Brandished the officer.
Yeah.
What an idiot! You're going to outshoot cops with a handgun.
He wasn't hit. I'll say that.
You got
Perforated
lucky.
the patrol unit's window, though.
Surprised somebody didn't try to skip some rounds under the truck, Jason.
Oh yeah,
Is that legal to do that?
Absolutely.
What you think you're prohibited somehow or another? That's out of bounds or something?
Well, I thought you guys had to stick to center mass.
No.
You hit
That's
flesh.
a common misconception. That's a misconception.
Pelvic shots are probably more effective.
I agree. You hit that pelvic pan, and whoever you just shot's got a bad day. And if they survive many surgeries ahead of them.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Does anybody have any?
All right.
Anybody have any issues with this? Is this a no bill all the way? Anybody have any comments? Everybody's real quiet. I'm just kind of hearing background noise.
No bill.
No bill for me.
No bill. No bill.
Wait, he
Suicide
was further than 21 feet away, right?
I'm
kidding.
With a pistol, you know.
The only one thing that I'll say is if you're going to do a felony stop, do a felony stop. Somebody jumps out of the view like that, I think that officer probably should have gained more distance. And he was in his car. He started using the PA. He wasn't complying. Back your squad up, create distance, and regroup a little bit.
Or come out cleared leather from the get-go.
Or that too. You don't. If you're doing a felony stop, do a felony stop.
No, I agree. He even announced it. One thing about this, did you guys notice how every time there was an exchange, a volley of rounds, every officer there reported shots fired?
Nah, I hadn't.
Yeah.
Is that normal, Jason?
When I train, I always say when you're talking, you're not shooting. So shots fired is fine, but then get off the mic and focus on the job at hand.
No, I agree. It's something I see a lot on these younger officers is that they exchange volley, and it's a tense situation. I get it, and then they go straight to the. Some go to the hand mic way too much, almost as if they're calling for help because they can't handle what situation's in front of them. But I noticed that on this, every officer there engaged, and then reported that shots were fired.
You know, it's a byproduct of what Jay had been talking about, several times over. These kids they're kids, they're scared. And it's not scared. They're more scared of getting in trouble and, being in, legal trouble where they've got to pay a bunch of lawyers, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the department's not going to back them up. They're probably more afraid of that than they are being shot.
I don't disagree with you. I just announced that you have an engagement. Shots fired. I get it. It's logged at dispatch. It's done. Do your business. Your time stamped, and you're videotaped, and you're mic'd up all the way around. I just don't see the point in doing that. I'm like Jason. If you're on the radio, you're not shooting. But since we're being critical of police officers, let's go back to Florida. This is a Florida man with a knife.
The following report is based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. At 5:08 a.m., dispatchers in Seminole County receive a distressing 911 call from an employee at a racetrack gas station.
911.
My coworker, my shift manager, has been locked in the men's bathroom with another man who's not letting her out.
Okay, hold on. You said your coworker's locked in the bathroom? Did he put his hands on her? Hello?
He's got a knife.
Okay.
He cut her neck.
Within minutes, an officer arrives at the scene, where a customer who witnessed the attack shares horrifying details.
Get there quick, man. He done spit her damn neck.
Who what?
Come on, there. Get each other. Come on, keep on. Get your hands out and all that. For real, sir. In the last bathroom to the left.
Is there anybody else inside?
There's two ladies in there, but he got her down right now.
Yo, wait. Who else is inside?
It's just me and my assistant manager and
Where
the
they
guy
at?
in the men's bathroom.
Where's your assistant manager?
She's in the bathroom.
With him?
She's in, yeah.
Sir!
He's got a knife.
Sir, he has her pinned down. Get there.
Okay. I'm...
I understand what's the address on that? How many is it?
3760 Orlando Drive.
Hey! Can you hear me? Hey, can you wait outside? Can you wait outside?
While the woman continues pleading for help, backup arrives. The officers must act decisively as a life hangs in the balance.
It's in that door on the left, but hallway's narrow, bro. It's a setup. Filming?
What you want to do? You want to wait?
I mean, I say we wait for more units. I mean, is there another way to get to that door? Because I only hear her.
Yeah. She's in the men's bathroom?
Yeah, in the men's.
By the time they get done making a decision, she's going to
What
be
you wanna
dead.
do?
You can try to announce and come out.
Sir, can you come out with your hands up?
Send for police.
Please come out. Be great if you would.
Oof.
Send for police.
No, she's no longer screaming.
He said there's somebody in the audience.
No. I only hear her. I don't hear anybody else.
By now, the woman has been trapped with her alleged attacker for more than 5 agonizing minutes. Additional reinforcements arrive at the scene, but confusion only continues to stall rescue attempts.
Is he in there by himself or still with her?
He's in there with her.
Is she screaming for help?
She's crying.
The key. Is that the manager outside? Hey, where's the key?
Is this
Where's
like
the key for the
Confusion
bathroom?
Police Department?
Huh?
I have no idea.
We don't know where the key for the bathroom is. I need you to help me find it.
Listen, sir.
Yeah.
I went in there. It should be unlocked.
All right.
Okay. So what did you say? That means outside that's right next to the bathroom.
All right, she's screaming. Go in.
I know.
Go in. What are we waiting for? Women's or men's?
Men's.
Finally, somebody with some balls shows up.
Go ahead. Sanford Police Department, come out now. Sanford Police Department, drop the knife. Drop the knife. Drop the knife. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Give me a sec.
Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach.
I got it.
I'm sorry.
Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
31-year-old Sarah Flavin is quickly ushered to safety. The suspected attacker would later be identified as 62-year-old Randall Lee Lawton. Outside, officers learned the horrific extent of Sarah's injuries.
After you can approach, she has a laceration to the face. What happened?
He saw me in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's fine. That's simpler. Sit down. You cut him? No, I saw him out here earlier. Where did he cut you? In the hand, in the face?
He ripped my teeth out. He stuck his hand in my mouth.
Let me see. And you don't know him?
No, I don't know him at all.
All right. Do we want to go back and see any of this again? By the way, the video that I used is the only video that's been released. I'm not sure how it got out, but it was released on YouTube. This happened about a year ago. The police chief, and there was some uproar about this in this agency, and the police chief is currently investigating, I guess, how this was handled. But the reason I left the background in it and everything else on the video, this is the only place this video exists. It hasn't been publicly released by the agency at this point. Okay, Fidget, were you going to say something?
Yeah, we don't need to revisit, especially the end. That was great.
Oh, okay.
He ripped her teeth out.
The suspect did ripped her teeth out and cut her throat.
And the thing that they were sitting like, what do we do? What the?
That was the biggest clusterfuck I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we waiting for
And then to let that woman in there again, her, like, to go look for the key. Why do you need the key? Bust that damn door open.
No, the door was unlocked.
Was that just a whole group of rookies and like the guys that knew what they were doing didn't show up till later?
You know what? I don't know. I was kind of hold this to the end, and maybe Jason wants to chime in, but you should be fired. This is exactly what you're there to do. This is where violence of action is. You get paid for this. When you guys talk about protect and serve, this is what it is. It's violence of action to stop someone from doing something hideous to some innocent person in a bathroom in a gas station. And for him to go, well, the discussion, I love it. Well, maybe we should. It's pretty narrow in here. I haven't gone down to even check the door, try to make contact to see if this lady's okay. I hear her crying and screaming, so she must be alive. So that's the best they can do. They should be fired, is my opinion.
I'll note that the crying and screaming at some point actually stopped. Okay, when there was none there, there needs to be a clear indictment, but the indictment needs to be on a civil level for allowing her to get her teeth ripped out and get her throat cut.
100%. I think that there is absolutely a liable lawsuit to this agency on the response. I do. Jason, what do you think? Are you throwing up in a bucket before you can talk?
No, I'm pretty much. This pissed me off. I fire every single one of these people. Jesus, this is just pathetic. This is Uvalde. This is what the cops at Uvalde did when there's children dying down the hallway and you stand outside and the one guy says, I think it's a setup. And stop announcing yourself down the hallway. Go up, boot the door, and put a round in this guy's head, for Christ's sakes. This is horseshit. Fire every one of them.
I agree. Fire every one of them. And I also agreed with Squirrel over here. He said, this is why I would have asked. I think I would have asked for the key quickly, not because I'm not worried about damaging the door. Those industrial doors and gas stations can be quite difficult to get through. So a key would have gotten me in there quicker. I would have asked for a key right off the get. But getting in there, I think, is priority.
I would have said, fuck the key. Grab a. Where's the ram? We're going down. Just grab the ram and go down there.
On patrol, I don't have a ram.
Can I throw something in there?
Go ahead.
Look, I've been involved in a number of civil lawsuits for excessive force. Both being a defendant, okay, when I was a Fed, and then also being a plaintiff's attorney. I've seen a lot of the negligence issues, so on and so forth, and at least in Texas, before we say, hey, let's fire all these guys, okay, one of the things that you have to remember is there is something known as negligent hiring, training, and supervision, okay? And that is something that allows you to go beyond these officers, and it allows you to go, because I've done it before. It allows you to go into and deep into the training to find out. And I mean, just going to give you a perfect example. Recently, I got a case going on right now where the supervisor had told the officer on several occasions, I don't want you using this search room that has a camera. I want you to use this other search room that doesn't even actually have video to it, right? For whatever reason. I mean, I don't know why, but for whatever reason. So, what was captured on video, and they're actually trying to indict my client, okay? You know, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Let me ask you, what's a
It's
search room?
also the training. It just it's on the border. Whenever you got a border station,
So
so
it's
you got search rooms.
is it a strip search?
No,
So
no.
they do that for modesty for the person being stripped.
No, you can still do that. This basically just gets into in literally it's what now legally nobody uses the word frisk anymore, but that's basically what it was. That's basically what it was. But what I'm saying is I'm saying that before is it Sanford, Florida police department fires everybody and tries to move on. You need to go back to look into how you train these kids. How what level of responsibility do you have that none of these people just hit that freaking door like Jay was saying? Or you know what? Those walls, all those walls are literally aluminum. And I mean, you and I both know we can go through that door pretty quickly if we or through that wall if we want to. It's a false wall. And so,
Hold
why?
on, hold on one sec. You can still fire them and let the process play out afterwards. This makes the entire department look bad. If I'm the police chief and I watch this video, I do not want them on my force anymore, and let them go after the whole legal stuff afterwards. What I'm looking at is priorities of life here. They have a woman inside. If this was a domestic assault, there's warrantless searches you can do. If you walk up to a door and you hear, help me, help me, help me, if
Go
you
in.
don't hit that door, you're going in. And that's
Yeah.
where I got mad, going, you have a victim in there. She is your number one priority. And you're standing out there having a conversation about, I think this is a setup. Everything after that is not on my shoulders. I'm going to
No,
do what I
I,
need
I,
to
I
do.
I don't disagree with you, brother. I don't. I don't. And I understand that. And your analogy to Valde is spot on. But you're right. But I've also got a point that it's an indictment of the entire department. It's not an embarrassment. It's an indictment of the department. So, yeah.
100%. You're
Can
talking
I say
about
something?
a 1983 suit. Just a second,
No,
Corey.
not the legal terms of an indictment. I'm sorry. I don't
No,
mean to be that
no, hang on, hang
legalese.
on. Now, you're talking about a civil lawsuit filed by the victim in this, which is the lady who was left to the devices of the crazy man in the bathroom while they pondered what they were going to do on the outside. I think you do have a case, even if their policies are there that they acted outside their policies as an agency. You're responsible to train and then also supervise your own policies. So I
Yeah,
think
I'm getting in the weeds on that stuff. I apologize, man. But I mean, it still it pisses me off as well because Jay's exactly correct. Hit the goddamn door. I mean, hit the door, dude. She's over there screaming for help. What more do you need?
no, not to ask the guy, can you come out if it's not too much trouble? Could you come out and talk to us, police? But in police sounds too much like please. In these situations, that's why you see I'm the fucking police. Get your ass out here. The guy may have come out if he talked to him with any force.
I wouldn't even talk. I just boot the door.
Yeah, I would have too. I think.
Keep the element of surprise in your favor.
I'm with
So
Jason. Just kick the door. I mean, maybe get somebody to turn the handle like you did just then, but kick the shit out of the son of a bitch and go in. That took
if there,
entirely too much time.
if there is a charge for dereliction of duty, charge them.
You'd have to find that
That,
duty. You'd have to find that duty written down somewhere, and I don't know that you could.
that's all I'm saying. If there was, charge them. But other than that, yes, they should be fired, tarred and feathered. They don't deserve to be police officers, especially while a woman is being cut in her face. He's trying to murder a woman, and you please come outside. No, I'm not. I'm not going to be nice. And As soon as I kick open that door, I see him with that knife. I probably put two in him. Oh no, I'm gonna do the Mozambique drill. Nope, not the Mozambique drill because that would be too low. That would put her in danger. Because the way she was laying there. But
I don't think
he
he
would have been
actually had a
alive.
knife. I don't think he had a knife in his hand. I think it was that red knife that was laying on the floor. He either
Okay.
dropped it when the door came open, or it was
I thought
dropped.
that was blood on the floor. I thought that was blood on the
I think it
floor.
was a red-handled knife.
Okay. No problem.
He might have been doing the dentistry when they come in.
Yeah. If I would have came in and he had a knife in hand, he'd have been good as dead. Because no, that's just that's a dereliction of duty, right? And that's just a no. I hate the way the policing is now. That they had to sit there and have a whole conversation while someone is screaming help. And no, I just don't. And yes, they should be
And I'll
fired
challenge
extra.
that. I don't think that's how policing is now. I think there are certain officers out there, and maybe there's some lack of training going on in agencies, or they're worried about the wrong kind of training. But I think in general, what we saw there, I can't think of anyone, maybe one that I ever worked with, police officer, that wouldn't have been boots on that door with the woman screaming from inside.
Yeah, I can concede to that. I can't say it's the whole police department because actually a police officer did show up and say, "Go, let's go open up this fucking door," and that's where it should have been. Even with them two right there,
Joe,
open up this door.
Joe, you'd be surprised the new age of officers.
It's got to be training. I don't know. It's not good, in my opinion. It's just not good.
It's not training by the police departments. It's the police academies that are. We basically have to retrain everybody that come out of these academies.
Now I get it, and we see it a lot on some of these videos. But policing has always been changing. There's an evolution. I'm sure it's going to work out fine because the reality will do a lot of training for you. Don't you agree, Jason? Just the reality of the job. You've been there 5 years. You're going to figure some shit out.
Oh, definitely. And I started when Rodney King was going on, and law enforcement has peaks and valleys, and responses change constantly. And I agree with you. It'll turn around back to what policing should be. But I think after George Floyd especially, there's been a fear that's been set in law enforcement that they don't want to go to prison. So they're overly cautious. And the problem is people are getting hurt because of that. And we need to go back. It'll swing around because reality is going to slap them upside the face.
Yeah, I've heard me say it before. It's like dating a trans woman. You can be all good with it. There'll be a point where you're going to have to contend with reality in that relationship. And I think this is the same way. You can dance around and pretend it's going to be a different way, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to deal with the reality that.
Wait, what?
That's a horrible analogy, Joe.
That is horrible.
It's great.
That was horrible.
No,
it was not.
Were you speaking from personal
I'm more
experience?
curious
use
as to
that
how
again.
that entered your daily lexicon.
Don't ever use that again.
If y'all like to put it on paper and show me where I'm wrong, I think it stands.
Well, are you willing to put on paper your personal experiences to show how you
It didn't come from
adopted that mantra?
It doesn't come from.
Oh, that's
personal
going to be
experience.
discussed in the
I can
after
imagine
show.
that. I can just imagine that. Let's move on to the next video.
That was that trip to Thailand. Okay, now it all makes sense.
I was going to say I've never been to Thailand, but I actually have, but I didn't go for that reason.
Any story about Thailand is true. All of them.
I just have to laugh at all of
I don't know who. Somebody's got either a speaker going on in the background. There's a horrible feedback loop and background noise. I don't know exactly who it's coming from. I'm suspecting Burton, but it's quite unpleasant to listen to.
Well, you don't want to hear my voice twice?
Didn't want to hear it the first time, but I can't avoid that one. Second one, I can.
But I do remember Thailand's capital is Bangkok. But go ahead.
Well, let's go to Florida since we're there. Let's stay there.
$703-1050.
How many of you can tell me what the offense this person just got pulled over for? Let's see the hands on this. Big Ron, what do you think the traffic offense is? I'm not asking Jason. Fidgy, what do you think the traffic?
Can we play that again?
The offense
You
is
need that
dumb
again?
acidness.
No, speeding would be one of
It's
them.
never smart to pass a cop, especially
Okay,
on
but
that.
maybe if he's not breaking the speed limit, it's not an offense.
No turn signal, switching lanes,
Change
running a
lanes
red light.
in the intersection.
Maybe that. How
And
about
Entered the intersection after the light changed, or
How,
while the light was
how
on.
about failed to stop at a marked designated spot?
That's it. I couldn't remember the specific terms.
Come on, 113th and Park, Florida 28.
I'm actually laughing at it.
Delta 6-8 Echo Golf.
I suspect DWI, Jason, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I would, yeah.
You should probably get out of the intersection before pulling over, though.
Now, this is great video for DWI. Just be quiet. Get that on video.
Go ahead. 30th Street, Zero, Papa Juliet, Zulu 25, Black.
Swearing a squad going, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yes? I need you to pull over into that parking lot over there. You're in the middle of the road right now.
I'm so sorry about that, but I my heart.
Okay, can you pull into that parking lot over there?
Which one?
That bank right there.
Little bit of
You're
slurred
in the middle
speech.
of the road right now.
I think there's an accident in there, too.
You're in the middle of the road. Go to that parking lot over there. Do you understand?
What's the very funny thing? Don't go.
Could be a medical. Probably a tourist from out of town. Probably from the tri-state area.
Okay, can you pull over to that or no?
No, I'm not going to pull over.
Okay, well, you need to turn your vehicle
Oh,
off.
Ruski!
No, I can't go.
Seminole 3. Can I have a Ruski?
Yeah, definitely foreign.
She's like, peace in Russia.
Ma'am.
She's on her way. She's serious. She has somewhere to go.
Jeez.
Obviously, this cop's never seen any videos from Russia. They don't believe in traffic lights or lanes or anything else.
She's just going to keep on her merry
Front
way.
driver's side tire is completely flat. It's about to flail off in here a couple seconds. Pulling up to a stop at 177th Avenue West. 177th Avenue West, Gulf Boulevard.
What's your question?
What city is this in?
I don't. It's Florida, brother. I couldn't tell you the city. I don't do them by state. I kind of just do it by states. Well, we'll find out in a second. Maybe that will work.
Driver! Turn the car off! Hands up! Put your hands out the driver window!
Somebody want to get on the PA? Short 15. Looks like one occupant. Front driver.
Oh, we got it. Kevin's on PA. Driver, turn the vehicle off.
Driver, put your hands up and put your hands outside of the vehicle.
Oh, there's a gun. She's pointing it out. Squad car. Yep. From the north to the south. They can pop out over here. Yeah, sorry. All right. I believe she put the gun down. I don't see it in her right hand that last time, but let me confirm if I see that right hand again.
Oh, she's going again. She's moving. She's moving. She's gonna
U-turn. Hey guys.
Oh, hey, get back.
Making a U-turn, guys.
Hey, buddy, get out of that B pillar.
If she takes off, we're gonna let her leave.
Yep.
Hey, somebody get on two and get the eagle up.
They're not gonna get up on this. Not in this weather.
You gotta ask yourself what's running.
Somebody got
through
stop
the
six to
person
put up
with a
down
red
here before she turns.
head right
Up too
now.
late. We have any
You
more
feel like
stop
I'm just
sticks to
gonna
throw up
drive
there?
off and everything's gonna be all right.
Yep. Yep.
Good fuck sit around.
Did they call that squad?
Or if you want to.
Bearcat's on scene.
Armored vehicle, do so.
Alright, attempted pit. Still northbound through Whitehurst. It's moving back up.
Should be embarrassed if you can't pit first time with a Bearcat.
Good pit, good pit.
I've never seen this before.
Ready back off a little bit with the MRF in position.
Welcome to Florida, Jason.
MRF should pin from the front and another total from behind.
That's awesome.
Stop! Stop! Firearm, right hand! Firearm, right hand!
St. Petersburg, Florida, there for you, Big Ron.
Yeah, that figures. That's the Tampa Bay area, if anybody's curious.
Tampa be crazy.
A lot of stuff out of Florida, guys. You guys are trying to pinpoint it to one geographical area, but I think I got video evidence that it's scattered like pepper throughout your state. Okay, anybody want to go back and look at this? Did the officer have legal standing to make the traffic stop?
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Man, I hope that officer who was standing in the doorway when it got close is all right. Got his legs inside in time.
I believe he did. I didn't see anything about officers being injured, but I don't have that detailed of information.
Yeah, there was a deputy shot.
I don't know if he was shot, but there was one that was injured. And this lady, what the hell was her issue?
She was Russian.
You know what?
Yeah, it's second.
I don't know. I'm kind of looking at the officer's actions. Nobody has any issues with the officer's actions on this one?
I don't know. That whole thing looked like a shit show to me.
I don't really
It
have an
just
issue.
I can't disagree with
there.
Fiji, but I don't have any issues with the officer's actions.
She was just trying to get her out of the intersection so she could finish the traffic stop. I may have run back my car a little faster, but it looks like there's another squad car passing right in front, so maybe she figured they had it handled.
And at some point, we didn't see the entire pursuit. At some point, she loses her front tire. That's why she pulls over here. But she was sure giving that rim some rhythm there. Did you see that? Sparks flying off the rim after the rubber come off.
Wait, what? The rim was about to
look at
come
that
off.
front tire.
That left front, the driver's side front tire's gone, and she tries to take off and starts throwing sparks everywhere.
Wait, she takes off the second time. You can see it.
How did they call the
When you
bridge?
said giving the rim some rhythm, I thought we were talking about Thailand ladyboys again.
Jeez. Do you think they called the Bearcat to stop the vehicle or to provide cover for them?
I think they called the Bearcat because it was a BP, barricaded person. She was in the car stationary, and they were bringing out SWAT. Do what they do, make some sort of a tactical extraction from the vehicle. See the sparks by her front tire, and she doesn't let off and finally get some traction with it. But it was at that state where she hits the officer standing in the doorway. This guy here.
Ooh, that just makes me cringe.
All right. So everybody's got a good shoot. Let's go. Let's start with Corey.
No, Bill. I don't know what her problem was. Did she survive?
I believe she did not.
No, it said
Okay.
she had non-life-threatening injuries, I believe.
Okay. Sorry,
Well,
guys. I
but
do the editing. I'm not going and doing full week's worth of research on these to have every answer for you, but I put it in the end.
yeah. So for me, it's a no, Bill. And yeah, there's multiple felonies there. Even with the stop, it was a legal stop. No, Bill.
Bruce Wayne.
It's a no bill for me. Definitely a great, great interaction. It's freaking Russians, man. I hope she enjoys her retirement. If she did, can you go to the next screen, see if she crashed? Yeah, suffered 3 non-life-threatening gunshots. Okay, so she's gonna retire in prison, so that's good.
Well, yeah, it's an unfortunate situation for her as well. She's going to pay for that for a long minute. Vigi.
Oh yeah, no, Bill.
Big Ron.
But
Oh, go ahead.
I got nothing else.
I
Yep,
take when
definitely.
someone says but there was more to follow, but I missed that. Go ahead, Big Ron.
Definitely a no bill for me. That falls into my play stupid games and win stupid prizes.
Dr. Ahern. Got a lawsuit on that?
No. But no, first of all, the name Marina Di Filippo, I wasn't sure if that was Russian. However, I did note that there was somebody that called ceasefire, 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 and yet within seconds, somebody else said that the suspect still had a firearm in their hand. So I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I guess I'd be speculating. There's a lot of situations. The firearm was down. She wasn't presenting a threat, so stop shooting. I don't know. A lot of scenarios where that could be correct, and a lot of scenarios would be incorrect. But I'm not sure which it was in this situation. But Burton, Bill or no Bill?
No, Bill. They were very kind to her, actually.
Okay, Jason.
No bill. Love the aggressiveness. I think it was an MRAP, but MRAP or Bearcat, I was smiling when that happened. The other thing too is at some point cops need to turn on the aggression a little bit heavier. I think in this case, this woman the felony stop was just futile. Pick it up. This girl is on a mission from God. I'm actually wondering if she was a robot, how she survived all this shit, but no bill whatsoever.
I agree. I think it was a good stop. I'm like Jason. There are times where you need to be officer friendly. There's times that you should not be officer friendly. But you got to figure that out, I guess, on your own, or work around those that are good to guide you and show you. But I'm a firm believer in that there's a time to talk and there's a time for action. And as a police officer, there are times you have to do both. Let's go to let's go to Connecticut. This is Connecticut.
For Bravo Pablo 1658, Preston, negative 44 on the old Chevy Tahoe, color black.
Oh, cars are marked.
2027 to 31st compliance.
Can you just step out?
Not sure exactly what happened there, but let's go to the beginning again.
For Bravo Pablo 1658, Preston, negative 44 on the old Chevy Tahoe, color black.
Oh, cars are marked.
2027 to 31st compliance.
Can you just step out? We just gotta pat you guys both down if somebody said something about a firearm.
Firearm down there.
Okay, well we got it. Well, now we're here. So if you got nothing, then it's quick, and then we'll let you go.
All right.
Oh. 39 foot pursuit. Stop!
What has he got in his hand?
Looked like a bottle of wine.
72. Eastbound Boston Ave.
Like an old deerskin whiskey bag.
Units out for pursuit.
Dude ran out of his shoes.
Touch, get him! Get the car out!
He's running with her taser.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I mean, it died just now. I'm over. Yo!
32 foot pursuit. Eastbound on Boston Ave. Yo, you're gonna get tased! You're gonna get fucking tased! Fuck. 32 taser deployed. Oh, fuck. Yo! Yo! 32 shots fired. Yo!
He had a Remy Martin liquor bottle in his hand. Wasn't going to let that go.
So he didn't have a firearm on him? He must have had warrants then. Oh, okay.
Why'd they shoot him?
Well, that's what I was. I couldn't figure out why she was running with a taser. When he took off, when she said, "We're searching you for firearms," I would have assumed he had a firearm.
I did. There was a high point. Was it 9mm? Yeah, high point compact 9mm handgun found where he laid.
Yeah.
Is there any part of this that we want to see again?
Well, if it's a high point, I can see. No, you know what? Never mind. I'll say for after show.
High point's still a firearm, even though you may think it's not a well-made one. It's still a firearm.
I want to see the end of that again because I didn't see a firearm.
There we go. Finally, we got a grand jurist here. Finally. Do you see it, Burton?
Real hard to see.
I still don't see it.
Watch his right hand.
Yeah, draws from his right hip.
Right there, up against the white car to the right. He pulls it from his hip. There you go.
And actually shoots. We'll go back. Let's put some audio to that.
Yo!
Joe, is there any way to creep the last like 3 or 4 seconds?
You want slow motion?
I'm just asking if it's possible. I don't know if it's
Let
possible.
me see if I can do that for you, hand style.
One, two, three.
That's it, right there.
Yep.
Great job, Joe.
Masterful.
And he's
done.
pointing backwards. Looks almost
Yeah,
like he's pointing backwards and firing.
I couldn't tell if he actually shot or the officer shot first, but the officers obviously can see the firearm there in his hand.
You can, if you enlarge it, you can see his fingers on the gun pointing backwards at the cop.
Well, I'm not sitting in an editing studio. I can just play
Enhance.
the video.
Yeah, you did a good job at slowing it
You guys
down.
you watch too much
Zoom
television.
enhance.
Well, that's what happens when you have Remy Martin and a High Point. You know.
Is that a typical combination?
Damn.
Yeah.
Corey.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, let's start with you, Corey.
No, Bill. Even with the slowing down, I can see clearly that he pulled the gun out. Couldn't tell who took the first shot, but I'm typically, I don't think you have to take a shot for your life to be in danger because he pulled the gun. So don't drink Remy Martin and carry high points.
Or at least if you do, maybe listen to commands or directive of law enforcement if they made contact with you legally. What about that? You think their contact with him was legal?
Yes, because if they're checking the safety for everyone that's involved with the incident, yes, she's going to have to check him to make sure. And
What?
she's probably
Checking
got to
for
run
what?
this.
No, she's not checking him for safety. She's not looking for boo-boos. She's looking for criminal
Well,
offenses.
criminal offenses. Well, then still, she has to run his name. She has to know who's all the involved parties, right?
Involved in what? This fight that was they said that we might have been involved in. So you think that's good enough probable cause?
Yeah. If you have to check everyone and what was the incident? The first incident, what happened, and why were they called that?
People gathered at a funeral. A large fight happened at a funeral gathering.
Mm-hmm.
And the
So guess what? We got
Tahoe
check.
scene
We got check the people.
reportedly had a firearm in the vehicle.
Well, if there's a firearm in the vehicle, don't you want to get someone out? Don't you want to get everyone out of the vehicle to secure that firearm? That's one of the first things. And so when he steps out,
I just asked if the officers had legal standing to make contact
yes,
with him in the first
yes.
place. If I'm the defense, stop for a minute. Stop. If I'm the defense attorney, if I can beat that, then I can beat anything that happened behind it, and the police are wrong. So
okay.
So we think we're good on the stop, right?
Yes. Yes.
And you don't have any issue with the use of force once the firearm come out?
Nope.
So no bill. And do you have something to say about Remy and High Points again? Do you want to? Is that a PSA?
Yeah, that's a hell of a combination. I mean, a shitty drink with a shitty gun. I mean, hey, he bound to lose that game. But hey, people gonna try it anyway. It's still a firearm. But I just think the combination of Remy and High Point is a horrible one and a horrible choice.
Yeah, he made some other horrible choices. Look how fast he's running. This guy should have never thought about running from the police. It's never going to come out with a victory for him. He's just not moving very fast.
You are right.
Isn't he wearing socks? I don't even think he has shoes on.
Well, he does up into the gas station. Hang on, you'll see the shoes come off. Right about here. Bam, bam, 2 shoes.
Oh, okay.
He come out of his shoes too. Them shoes weren't slowing him down. That big fat belly and skinny legs were slowing him down.
I think it was a Remy Martin slowing him down.
Yeah, this guy here, boy.
But
what about it, Bruce Wayne? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Corey.
But I do have a question for the panel. What if there was no gun involved? This is hypothetical because we all seen the evidence. Would the bottle still be considered a deadly weapon if, depending on the manner it was used?
Yeah, if he turned around and swung it at the officer or cracked it and tried to use it as a weapon, yes, 100%.
All right.
But it would be a manner of use. My opinion, this is the way firearms should be looked at, but in states with real strict gun laws, the gun itself becomes the crime. I think manner of use should be the same thing with a firearm. just like it is the bottle in his hand. Both can kill you. But I think you have the right to carry each one. It depends on your behavior while you carry it. Would make it unlawful. Your behavior would make it unlawful, not the act, the object itself. But we can get sidetracked on my beliefs on that. Bruce, what's your opinion?
That's no bill from me, man. If he'd let go of that ram, he may have been able to run a little quicker. Bad choices all around on his part.
I think that guy was at top speed, no, regardless. I think he only got slower from there. Never gets faster.
Very possible. Yeah, no bill.
Go ahead, Fiji.
No bill on that one. I didn't see any problem there.
Cool. Dr. Ahern, what do you think?
The only issue really that I have is the original PC stop. I mean, I would need to delve a little bit deeper into that because you can't set up a there are some exigent circumstances that you can set up like a checkpoint, but was there information on that vehicle specifically as far as being a suspect in a shooting? Is that what that was?
I believe that is the case. I think they called out the vehicle.
Okay, if the vehicle specifically, then yes.
Let's look at it this way.
Yeah,
So,
if it's general, you could be on shaky ground. You can't just shut down the
Well,
entire neighborhood.
Doctor, one thing is you can hear it over the radio in the beginning where they were saying Black Tahoe. So that was the vehicle that they were looking for.
The information was a black Chevrolet Tahoe that was involved in a fight at a funeral. Passenger had a firearm, had a gun.
Okay, I thought I saw a black Cadillac, but that's just me.
Now it says black Chevrolet Tahoe, and police located that said black Tahoe parked at a store parking lot on East Main Street, and they're in
I got you.
Connecticut.
And they were doing the stop based on that. Yeah, you know what? If I didn't have anything else, I'd fight it, but it's probably not going to go anywhere.
I think the only thing you could fight is try to push the probable cause for the stop and contact, but if it is the way it reads, it still would be pretty tough, I think.
Yeah, you're probably right. But again, if that's all you got, you gotta explore it and try your best.
Well, it depends on if he's paying cash or this is just standard representation.
He's definitely not paying me and Remy in High Point.
Without a doubt.
Well, one way to look at it, you had one funeral, and now you have another one. So that's two funerals in a row.
Well, that's one way to look at it. Sure is. Burton, what do you think?
Okay, the stop was good because they had reasonable suspicion to stop and inquire. I mean, a black Chevy Tahoe, black Cadillac, they're roughly the same looking vehicles. So at a glance, unless you know exactly what you're looking for, you're not going to specify. I did not see the firearm when the officer began shooting. Slowing it down, I could see the muzzle flashes where he was firing. And at that point, the officer, he's got to do what he's got to do. So, no bill.
Very good. Jason.
Sorry, I had some technical difficulties here, but I just want to kind of say what Burton just said. There's a big misconception on what you need to stop a car, and everybody that I hear talk, what's the probable cause to stop a car? And Burton's 100% right. It's not probable cause, it's reasonable suspicion, and you can stop a car. But I didn't see enough to say yay or nay on this one.
And you're correct. Reasonable suspicion to get you the stop, but I think they probably even had probable cause at that point with the report. So I'm a no bill too. I think it was in good standing. No issues with that. You play with guns, you might get shot.
And Jason, you spend less time sending heart emojis to run. You'll be able to spend more time looking at the video.
I didn't send any heart emojis. I don't know.
I'm going to check in a minute if you did. I'm going to tell everybody that you did.
Did anybody get Lamar in here for Mr. Burton?
You know what? Sorry, I didn't. you're more than welcome to send him an invite. I may have missed that.
I don't know why you people are still hung up on that. Why are y'all all gay? I don't get it. Anyway,
so let's go to Ohio.
As soon as he starts running, now you've got probable cause because there's something else going on.
I agree. You've got something once he starts to evade detention, because I think lawful detention existed. Custodial custody, I think it began when she opened the door. He wasn't free to leave. Let's go to Ohio.
Sending it was going to be the Silver Honda Pilot. Okay, where am I meeting?
That's home traffic. Disregard, I don't think it's this stolen Honda Pilot. Somebody have a picture of the vehicle. I have a vehicle driving erratic east on back door.
What is he jamming out to?
I'll send it to you.
RO matches the description. He's driving.
Sounds like Future and Drake.
Silver Honda Pilot, probably mid-2000.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh yeah, signal 99, shots fired, 49. Back over on Southland Guard Shackle.
My car's disabled.
I don't think I'm hit.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh yeah, signal 99, shots fired. Westbound on 30A, coming up to 44.
Westbound 38, coming up to 44, 702.
Alright, he's reaching.
Curious how he disabled the car. It looked like all around.
Go on intentional. 44.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots are fired. 7, are you? On 38, still westbound.
Westbound through lane.
Give him some space, give him some space.
Shots fired! Shots fired again.
707, back up, give him some space, keep an eye on him. 652, bound, Beezer 75.
Speed 75, still westbound. All units, signal 99, switch to tag 1 for non-emergency traffic.
Looks like it's going to be a revolver. He was firing at me. Coming up to Ebby.
PBS.
Maintain cover. So we're going up to Honeytown, speeds are about 80. Light traffic, everyone's yielding.
Westbound 38, coming up to Honeytown, speeds 80.
Negative. Still west on 38, passing Honeytown.
I can get 6 just past Oak Road.
Okay, we're coming up. Still 90 miles an hour west on 38.
Still westbound 38. Over, I'm not going to be able to get him out here in time.
407, you good?
I'm good. I'm assuming no intentional since he's already shot at us once.
Correct.
Passing Guyers Chapel, slow down to about 70, still westbound.
Slow down.
7-Eleven, I'm good. I don't think he hit the car.
Give an update, see if we can get six somewhere.
I attended 6 at 30 and 44, they're no good, obviously. Alright, southbound Hillcrest from 38.
Southbound Hillcrest from 38.
Give him space. East on Sylvan from Hillcrest.
East on Sylvan from Hillcrest.
Alright, he's
Kind of
reaching
surprised
again.
the SUV hasn't wrecked out yet.
Reload back on.
Come on, connector, for 6.
Alright, we're through Seacrest, still continue on Sylvan.
Eastbound on Sylvan, passing Seacrest.
This is in Ohio range.
Speed around 55 to 60, no traffic out here.
Speed 55 to 60, no traffic.
407, how many units are with you?
Looks like probably 6, 7, 8. I'm lead. I'm gonna be probably about 4 car lengths behind since he's been shooting at us.
Aviation is en route. Sure.
Yeah.
Miles an hour, he's passing on double yellows.
Still on Sylvan, passing over the double yellow. 65 miles an hour.
I'm gonna back off a little bit, he's reaching again.
Free speed.
53.
250 on Sylvan.
Speed 55, coming out to 250 on Sylvan.
Are they still in
There's
Ohio?
something out the window right there, looks like a pill bottle.
Go out the window.
Space, space, space. Give him space. South on 250 from Sylvan.
East on 250 from Sylvan. You have away. The 6.
And be cautious, he's reaching again.
Yeah, eastbound on 250 from Sylvan.
Hey, whoever's gonna try to spike him, be careful. Last time he shot at whoever, he passed the spikes.
That was 858.
We're still east on 250, speed around 70.
Eastbound 250, speed 70.
Next crossroads gonna be Barnard.
Going up to Barnard.
We got speed.
Has there been any more shots fired?
Negative, just reaching. Coming in the city of Apple Creek.
Alright, if you've got enough people behind you and he slows down enough, go ahead and hit.
Okay, I will.
Just as soon as you do it, get cover. 475, ready for front, I'll be with 595.
Copy.
Make sure you have people with you in your setup and their setup as well. People with long guns.
Alright, he's pointing the gun at me again.
You're still eastbound?
Shots fired, shots fired.
Grange Street. Alright, back off, back off.
Eastbound Main, passing Grange, speed 50.
Looks like it's a semi-automatic pistol.
The long gun ready.
Or 110.
110. Check up.
Case this comes towards you.
I'm actually trying to block the intersection just here at 250 and
Alright, we're going up the car. 215 car, speeds around 80.
215 car, speed 80.
1107, check up.
I'm fine. He just pointed the gun at me earlier, but I believe he only fired maybe one shot. But he hasn't pointed at me since.
Quarter speed.
southbound car.
57.
Southbound car from 250.
Are we passed with OSB as well?
Affirmative.
He just keeps looking back. He hasn't pointed at me again. If we get somewhere, I'm going to try to pit him.
Okay, I'm pit. If you pit, keep driving forward.
Okay.
414, get the long gun.
Ready. 1107, maybe try and take a passenger side so he doesn't have an angle on you.
Okay.
Seven, depending on if he fails with a gun, watch out for the K9.
Okay.
I'm assuming the second car is talking more.
Area to pit right now.
That's what I'm thinking.
Still south on car past Criswell.
Southbound car passing Criswell.
Like I said, if you pit, keep driving through it so you don't get any crossfire. Okay, on that 1107.
Yes.
Still south on car, speed around 60.
Just pointing the gun at me again. Keeps pointing the gun at me every time I try to get close enough to, keeps pointing the gun at me every time I try to keep close enough to, hit him. I don't know. I haven't seen any shots yet, though.
Okay, what are your speeds?
28.
Just on Moreland from car.
Westbound Moreland from car.
So that Holmes County knows if they're not already aware, just in case.
Copy.
gun again. Just
Westbound Morgan Glen passing Apple Creek.
I haven't seen any shots fired for a while, but every time I get close, he keeps pointing the gun at me.
I'm going to give the suspect some credit, keeping his nerves and being able to drive those speeds in this way on wet roads.
I would have expected him to crash out by now.
That's what I was saying earlier. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't wrecked out yet.
Alright, you're staying west on Moreland through Cutter.
Eventually, they're going to have units in front of him, I would
Passing
imagine,
Cutter,
with
still westbound.
spike strips. Reduces
Or at
speed.
the top of the hill, people behind you.
I don't know if I'd do that if he's got a gun in there and shot at cops.
Speed's 80,
You
still
don't think you'd
westbound.
hit, or you would not do spike?
The spike one, that you're kind of a sit and duck. I'm not sure I'd call that one out.
Continuing west through Honeytown.
Passing Honeytown.
What's the alternative, though? Just wait till he crashes out?
The other alternative, since he's brandishing a firearm when you get close, is to set up with a patrol rifle and put two in his face as he drops by.
Right now, it's too dangerous on this road. Can't pit right now. It's too dangerous on this road.
When they're out here on these big open fields, is it just the narrowness
Okay,
of
we've
that
got
they're not
aviation
pitting?
en route. SRTU suiting up.
You're talking about the pit? He's saying he's too dangerous?
But I was wondering, like, when they get out in those big open fields where they're away from houses, is the only reason they're not pitting because the road's too narrow, or?
Right, you don't have
speed. The speed, you can't. Hitting at 90 is dangerous for the cop.
Yeah, it's the officer safety is the issue on that, both the narrowness of the road and the speed.
We've got aviation en route. We'll just back off, keep them in view. See.
Okay.
Crossing non-parallel, speeds are 75, still north on Fredericksburg.
Northbound on Fredericksburg, passing non-parallel. Speed 70.
Well, we can always count on Dirk for a great comment. Although solid movie, Smoking Bandit 1 was
423, get to 250 on Fredericksburg.
Alright, be careful, 423 is taking shots at people down spikes. We're still north on Fredericksburg, about 65 miles an hour.
He hasn't shot in a while. He might be out of ammo. He just keeps pointing the gun at me, but I haven't seen any rounds fired for a while now.
We're in Ohio, range, Ohio.
What are your speeds now?
65. I'm about 4 to 5 car lengths behind him.
We're still north past St. Massenary, speeds are about 70.
Still northbound, passing us.
Alright, he's reaching all over again inside.
504 Western, do you have a hit riser monitor?
Right.
What he's doing is he's reaching like crazy right now.
Still northbound coming up to Fulbert. Light to medium traffic. Speeds are 70.
Northbound, passing Tolbert, light traffic, speed 70.
So back when cops are cops, my longest pursuit was probably an hour.
Spikes are not
back in the day, this was not uncommon.
Yeah, I've done
Wait for
hours
you in position.
or over an hour,
I don't
but
have spikes.
it wasn't unusual to do a 35, 40-minute pursuit like this.
I think it's a good idea to be spiking if
Actually,
we have shots
really like
fired
the
at an
part of the
officer.
In Illinois, they'd have called this off by now.
I've got westbound 250 stops prior to the intersection.
Today they would. 10 years ago they wouldn't.
Jason, they teach you the technique of taking your seatbelt and twisting it and tightening it across your lap in a pursuit.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you right now that shit will keep you from flying around in
Westbound 250 from Fredericksburg. Just be advised, Western B has spikes on 250 near Hilton Garden Inn.
Okay, only been safe for them. Make sure they're in cover.
She's been advised.
What is the status of the helicopter?
Well, come on, absolution. Everyone gets their due process. They'll have their mitigating circumstances. But for sure, the state's going to talk about all the people that were endangered this day. It's not going to be welcome when he goes to court.
Northbound 83 from 250.
Speeds around 60.
711, just want me to stay back. One more try to pit.
North on 83, speeds around 90, little to no traffic.
And that's still going to be a tight pit
Northbound 83
at those speeds.
90, little to no traffic.
I give this officer credit for if he does it.
Yeah, we have a policy. We have a speed limit at 45 or less. So he's got to pick a spot.
45 and ETA from aviation.
Is this a trooper that took over?
Yeah, that's Ohio State trooper,
Speeds are 90.
and he's doing a really good job. He's keeping it in sight. He's had a couple of spots where he could have done a pit, but oncoming traffic stopped him, so he held off.
707, you said you want me up?
Just get behind Morrison just in case something happens to my patrol car. You can take my right.
I'll tell you, in those conditions, and with this guy having a firearm, wet road at those speeds, doing a pit on that, it's going to take some brass. Those are bad conditions.
Definitely, but right now his big thing is keep him in sight and try to find a spot. If he can do it, he's got brass ones.
We'll see what he does.
And I'll tell you what, Ohio's got terrible roads too.
Still northbound past 585.
Seems like every state that collects an income tax off your wages has shitty roads. I haven't figured that out yet. It's weird.
1107, have you seen him brandish a weapon?
He hasn't. I'm going to try to pit.
Okay, I'm pit. Move through it. Move through it.
Passenger side.
He just put the weapon at me again.
Okay, back off. Back off.
Is there a reason why they can't put ballistic glass, at least the front windshields of these cars, to help with this kind of stuff?
You wouldn't get no speeds up. The glass would weigh as much as the car if it was real ballistic glass. They can put film on it to like hold it together when it gets shot, but the bullet still goes through.
A windshield already has the film on it. You're talking about 3.5-inch glass on the front of the car.
So white male. That's all I can see is now.
Now I say that I've seen some videos like on social media where they're taking 50 cals and 7.62 in the window, but it doesn't really show the thickness of the glass.
We're taking a 3 exit from 83 north.
Take a 3 exit.
There it is.
Yeah, smart move.
There we go.
Nice.
And he did it correct. He got on out of there. Oh, let me just keep moving. Second guy should have pinned that dude.
Yeah, they need to box him in.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's crash up derby time now.
He's off into the field, under the overpass. Enter field, under overpass.
This may be target practice.
Hands up! Hands up!
I would have rammed him.
I'm pinning. My vehicle's gonna be disabled. We're gonna have a gunpoint. Hands up! Hands up! Out of the vehicle with your hands up! He's getting out. Let's get out. Get out.
Quit it with the radio, man.
Hands up! Come back to me! Hey, send the dog! Wait.
Yeah, send the dog.
You ready? All right. All right, hey, clear the car first. Show me your hands! I can't see his
Just
other
send the
hand.
dog.
Put your other hand up! Put your other hand up! Put your other hand up!
That trooper's super drove up.
Put your other hand up now! Put your other hand up!
Is he shot?
It's shot already, dude. I know.
Why are you looking for sympathy now? You just shot a police officer and want to be a fucking dick. I'm sorry.
So did that first cop actually get it connect with him when he was driving off?
Looks like it.
Looks like he did.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Oh God, here we go.
You killed me. It's shot. Oh God damn. All right, he's gonna be shot.
You know how he could have prevented being in pain?
Not run from the cops.
Yeah.
How about not shooting at the cops?
There you go.
That works too.
Oh, the flock system came in there.
The flock system?
Yeah, the spy camera that's reading your license plate. You guys use that up in Minnesota, Jason?
Yeah, we do. It's an amazing tool.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like it's there to collect fines, but it is a good tool.
We use it for we enter plates into it for serious offenses. So like if you have a armed robbery or a violent domestic and they take off, if a flock camera picks it up, the police get notified that this is somebody we're looking for and he just passed by here.
Yeah, it's an electronic bolo.
Pretty much.
No, and we did the same thing, but they also load in license plates attached to wants and warrants on a KPS Pro fine as well. Let's go back to the first engagement. And I know somebody's going to want to see this again, so we're there. So let's watch the first engagement again.
Golden on the pilot, sorry, mid-team solid.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
So was there another guy in the car?
More
'Cause he's
specific.
wearing- Well, he looks like he's wearing a white shirt and he has hair. And wasn't the guy that was shot wearing it like kind of like blue shirt and he was bald?
Light blue shirt. Let's take a look at this again. Looks like he's got a ball
Did he have
cap.
a hat on maybe?
It looks like he's got a ball cap on, and I would say that could be a light blue shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Looks
he
great to
stopped.
me.
Well, cheese and rice. I'm going to assume this is the same person that is at the end of the video. I don't think they switched actors in the middle of this.
sure we don't want to go with the shapeshifter theory?
Cheese and rice. I do
Well,
not.
it was just weird because it looked like two different people.
It's shitty video, Fidge. It's
Yeah.
in a car that's running all the time, looking through a windshield that just got shot. You're gonna have that video.
Did it say the officer's injuries and he survived, right?
I believe he did, but I don't know that he was a gunshot. Initially, when I watched the video, I think he was, and that's kind of what I want to watch here. So the guy stops. It's run through a video. I mean, a license plate reader that came up to this vehicle. This tag was supposed to be another type of vehicle, so it's a wrong tag on the vehicle. That the officer initiates a stop. This is where it ends, or where it begins, depending on how you look at it. But before the officer can get out of the vehicle, he's being engaged through the windshield. Let's watch that again. 2 in the windshield. 1 high passenger side. I don't think there's one in there, but that one on the left side there. That's a good shot, is it not, Jason?
Stop.
I'm not seeing where the left side.
Right above the vents on the dash, looks like it might have gone through the instrument.
Let me run
it through. No, I got it. Yeah.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Just because of the curve of the glass, chances are that bullet struck there and then went at an upward angle, which if you're driving the vehicle, it could be your face. So initially I thought this guy was shot. And I want to go, I'm just going to let it play on silent so we can talk, but we'll see his body cam in a minute. So there the officer gets out and returns fire. Evidently, he struck at least one time the suspect at that point.
Did those shots disable his vehicle? Did I hear that right?
No, I think he said he was shot. That's why he couldn't move.
All right, let's listen to it.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
That hand makes me think he was hit. Don't you think, Jason?
Keep playing.
You're not producing this show. Calm down.
I'm just saying, he says that he's shot.
All units, signal 99, shots fired. Westbound on 30A, coming up to 44.
At some point, I remember him saying that he was shot.
You want me to go back and scour the video so I can find your point and make it for you?
No. No.
My point is, I think he was shot, and I'll go back to just the hand. I don't know why that is, but that's a common thing. Don't think I'm here.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
All units, signal 99, shots fired. 49.
Joe, pause it there real quick. So, 2 rounds come through the front of your car, and your first reaction is your microphone and not your gun.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I don't disagree with that. I like the idea that he did return fire, but yeah, I don't. Is that something they're training, Jason?
I don't know. I really don't know. But if somebody throws around at you, your radio is not going to keep you safe. Your gun's going to keep you safe. So that's just a. When I teach cops, it's like.
Let me explain what I learned about the use of a radio in a dispatch. The dispatch, there's somebody sitting there when the call comes in. There's timestamps on it. It's a record that you can create, and your voice is being recorded. So I would say if I'm in pursuit, I would show me in pursuit. I'm literally telling them, mark this down. I'm in pursuit at this time. They're kind of keeping my time for me. It's not, in fact, in my agency, it wasn't uncommon. You get done with a call like this. Did you call dispatch and say, hey, give me my times. At this time, you said this. At this time, you said that. I don't know why they're doing it so quickly here. and we also use it for communication. I don't mean that as well, but in these critical situations, I don't need permission from dispatch to do anything. And everyone else that's involved in this, that's on the same radio channel, are going to be listening. So all you have to do is call out cross streets, call out things that are happening. And of course, you'll get a timestamp on it as well. But it seems like law enforcement has gone another step forward where they're almost giving step-by-step plays over the radio. And is that trained, Jason? That's my question. Long way asking, is that trained?
Not what I'm training, and I'm seeing training from more of the police academy thing. It's a transformation from what we used to do, where I'll use an analogy. If you're smoking meat, if you're looking and it ain't cooking, if you're taking rounds, if you're talking, you're not shooting. It's deal with the point at hand and then talk about it afterwards. But that's how you're going to get killed. Put that microphone down, and after you get to a place that you're safe, then say, okay, I took shots here. But yeah, I don't know, Joe, to be honest with you. I don't know. It's concerning to me.
But it's something that we've noticed just doing this show, that it's not uncommon for them to go step by step into he's moving here, he's got a gun. And in the first video, or maybe the second video we watched, where every officer on the scene standing 10 feet from each other, after each engagement, they would call shots fired again, more shots fired. So kind of strange. Any other parts of this video does anyone want to see?
No, I enjoyed this.
You know what? I know it was long, but I did like it. It kind of shows it shows a pursuit and kind of what's involved in it. We watch these on the movies, and that's the only experience you have to this type of event. Then you really have a really skewed view on what's going on, what the officer's thinking, and the important things they're thinking about. They're talking about looking at the safety, and then you're constantly going back and forth with your supervisor on a pursuit these days on whether he's going to terminate your pursuit or not. The crosstalk is extremely important, but I think it's kind of cool to watch these. And I'm not saying you should do this, because if you do this and you're driving crazy, you might get into a real pursuit. But if you're worried about getting pitched around in the compartment of the vehicle, which when you're driving like this, by the way, it will. You could take a turn and you'll almost be in the passenger seat. But you take your seatbelt, tighten it across your lap, and twist it, twist the fabric, and then buckle it back. It'll hold your ass in that seat. Or I always held my ass in my seat. I was pretty impressed with that technique. Never failed me. And I did it every time.
I will say that if you've never been in a pursuit where you're pursuing somebody, it is probably the most, I think, scary and adrenaline rush you will ever experience in your life. And when I've been in many, many pursuits when I was in patrol and as a sergeant as well. And you'd be calm through the whole thing. But after the pursuit was done, whether it's a pit stop or whether it's however you ended the pursuit and they crashed, I would physically shake. Like all this adrenaline just came through my body, and I would just start shaking. Derp, you made a little funny comment before, and I think you would shit your pants 5 miles before it even started. But pursuits they're not fun. It actually is really scary, because you're putting your life at risk to get this guy. And it's a very
especially
risky moment.
I'm going to tell you right now, some of my fondest memories of police work were pursuits. I did like them. You feel full like a police when you got the lights and sirens on and you're chasing some dude down on the streets. That's about as policey as you can get. So, but Jason's not wrong. It is dangerous, but I just never recognized that until, everything was okay.
Yeah, but I think the scary part for me was when I became a supervisor, and now it's on me to say terminate or continue, because it's all going to fall on my shoulders.
No, and you're right about that. But in the pursuit as a patrolman, I enjoyed it, or even as an investigator, we had those there. But if I've got to call it, then I'm like you. Then back off, let's stop, because somebody gets hurt, it's all on you.
Yeah, but when you're a patrol officer, I mean, you live for that shit. That's why you signed up, to get the bad guy.
100% right there. I'm just saying, there's no more. The first time after you do this as a police officer is when you realize that you are full-fledged police, is when you chase somebody down in a vehicle on the public streets.
Yes.
So is it kind of like in the Marine Corps when you stop being a boot after you've done your first deployment?
I don't think that's any equivalent to being in the Marine Corps. This is an adult profession. We're talking about law enforcement.
You see, just suck me right back in, right? Oh God! But yeah, we got a thing. Either you're assault dog or you're a boot, and usually you got to do your first deployment. Then you probably earn the title of assault dog or assault marine.
Yeah, you know what? I would say it'd be the same if that deployment happened in 45 minutes. Everything that you experience happens in 45 minutes, because that's what this is like. When you get done with this, it's like it's surreal. When you first few times you do it, it's surreal. Like, damn, I'm really running down the street 101 miles an hour, lights and sirens, chasing this guy because I'm the fucking police. That's why I'm doing it. I'm just saying. You understand you're a police after.
Yes.
All right, that's enough of that. Let's go to Los Angeles and see how they handle pursuits, because that is their theme tonight. You guys notice pursuit and shoot? Everything's been
I picked up on that.
A chasing gunfight tonight. Just the way the videos rolled. Let's go to Los Angeles.
7 George 2 eastbound on Santa Monica, approaching La Brea. License plate MB. Blue Mercedes. Multiple occupants. George 2. Eastbound. George 2 dead end. We're going to be at a dead end on Oakwood.
Sergeant 20, Incident Commander. Units are east on dead end Oakwood.
7 George 2, shots fired.
George 2 dead end. We're going to be at a dead end on Oakwood. George 2 shots fired. George 2 dead end. We're going to get a dead end on Oakwood. Watch out!
George 2 shots fired.
20, Incident Commander. Units are east on dead end Oakwood.
That's them.
7 George 2 shots fired.
Oh, shoot. Slow 17, we're going to be primary pursuit, traveling westbound on Oakwood. Eastbound on Main.
I got a bill ready for straight southbound on the island west side of the street. Black and white. That's head on. Let's do my life.
Right there, that's one.
I know.
That's one.
There's a black and white behind us. We stay with the suspect.
We are through Van Ness. Clear right.
TC.
Get ready. Do you see him?
He's running. Get eyes on the car.
I got a runner. Gramercy.
Get on
the fucking ground!
You should have bitten him.
I was thinking the same thing. Nice little bump would have stopped him from running.
He's running. Get eyes on the car.
And no, because last time we said pitted him. Somebody was on the bicycle. Y'all didn't like that.
That is true.
Thanks, Corey.
I always like that. I think you should be able to spike strip motorcycles too.
You don't fucking understand. You grab anything, you get shot. Do you fucking understand me? Get the other hand. I got the left. I got his right one. Someone get close. Hey, someone grab an arm. We got it. There you go. Got it.
Quentin Monk.
Okay. Anybody have any comments?
No
Anything
bill,
you
but
want to see again?
that last cop that caught him was in shape. He caught up to him.
That's
I
all we
really
got.
don't have any problem with how they dealt with that.
So they have they're chasing a guy that's suspect in a burglary, right? He gets to a
He
dead
should have
end.
blocked the road better right here.
Ooh, I think that'd be against a lot of policies to block the road with your vehicle. What do you think about the shots fired?
That's more against policy than blocking the road with a vehicle.
I don't have a problem with the shots fired because you had a vehicle coming at you.
Did you get out in front of that vehicle?
He got out of his car. Well, he got out of the
You want
the
you want
patrol
to see
car.
it? You want to see it again? How about
Yep.
again? Door open. Door wasn't hit.
Yeah, I
He
don't
was
have a
still
problem
coming
with it.
at him with a deadly weapon, though.
And also could it be said that the officers behind him, their life is in danger also because they're trying to get turned around.
They're in a vehicle.
Ah,
It's still a deadly
still a
weapon.
deadly weapon.
In the manner of its use.
Okay.
There we go.
I think he should have blocked the road.
It was against my department policy to block a road, use the vehicle as a roadblock for pursuits to stop someone.
Why they wanted that vehicle to keep lasting and lasting? Are we trying to stop the bad guys?
There's some actual case law out there where police used to do that, set up their vehicles, and I think somebody ran and actually was killed. There was something about lack of due process. I think it was in there because you know once you use deadly force, if that force is successful and you find out this person didn't get any due process, presumption of innocence kind of went out the window when you start shooting rounds at them, right?
Wouldn't it be like basketball? As long as you're stopped before they run into you, then you're safe. So cop blocks that road and gets his car stopped before they run into it. Then
there's some stuff out there, case law, that says that you can't be a cop and step in front. You can't create the vehicle being used as a weapon if someone is fleeing. That makes sense. You can't run out there and just jump in front of them. Well, he tried to run me over when I stood out in the front, told him I was the law to stop. You can't create the emergency or the exigent circumstance where the use of force is involved. And I think we're kind of close on this one. But Dr. Ahern, he turns in early. Let's go to you first, Corey. Or is there any other spots of this anybody want to see?
No, Bill. And I do want to remind y'all that when Jason said a pit maneuver from somebody that's running, we laughed at the other guy that was on the bicycle, and he didn't like that. So I just want to throw it out there.
That was a good one. Guy went punched a hole through a bush.
It was funny.
Yeah, it's really tempting, but you really can't do that.
Well, Jason says otherwise. Wasn't that Jason that suggested the pit while the kid was running?
Yeah, he did. He did suggest a pit.
I'm not sure if I know. We're talking about something we've seen tonight?
No, it's toward the end of this video.
No, well, yes. What happened at the end, Jason suggested but we're referring back to that one in Florida where the guy was riding his bike and he reached back for the weapon and the cop pitman.
Oh, yeah.
That
wasn't a pit, man. That was a ram. He drove his car into him. He didn't pit him.
If he was on a vehicle, you can call it a pit.
No,
right
Florida. Pit's a very particular thing.
Okay, so what exactly is a pit? If you want to define it.
Jason, what does PIT stand for? It's an acronym.
Pursuit Intervention Technique.
I believe that is correct.
So pursuit intervention technique, would that be a pursuit intervention technique that he's trying to stop somebody from running?
Yeah,
or is it just
it's
relegated to a car?
It's a very particular technique where you come up and the goal is for you to make the back wheels break traction scooting its ass end around to its front so that it spins out. Typically, not a decent driver, it'll even stall the car in the pursuit. So it's a very particular maneuver. It's not just run up there and hitting them with a car.
Right here's where Jason said pit him.
Yeah. Shouldn't they call it make the back wheel spin out rather than police intervention?
It's pursuit intervention.
Or whatever. Yeah, you got me.
You can play with the name all you want. I had nothing to do with it, but that's what it is, and that's the technique.
Well, they can make his back ass spin out, right?
Somebody getting a haircut?
No, some buzzer going on at the job.
You don't want to know what he's.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't sound like a buzzer going off at the job.
When he's running down the street, you bump him with that bumper.
Clippers. I don't know what that sound is. Say that again, Burton.
Fast.
I said when he's running, you bump him, you tag him with that front bumper, his rear end's going to spin out.
He would be.
Yeah, I don't think that. Maybe that's a personal interception technique. Kind of like some LPCs. You know what an LPC is, Corey?
No.
Little person contact.
You never used LPCs in the Marine Corps?
Landing control craft.
Okay, so yes, we did. More or less, Bravo, the company, didn't use it.
You only had certain companies that used them?
Well, yes, in certain different raids. So if you had a helo company, a boat company.
In the Army, you get those in basic training. LPCs, a leather personnel carrier.
A what?
Boots, man. Y'all don't all have boots in the Marine Corps?
You got me with that one. Because I know Ron was talking about the LPCs. Those are the hovercrafts, in a sense to say.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Joe, we called those BIAs.
So now you want me to ask what that means? You're not just going to tell us.
It's a boot in the ass.
Oh, no. I had a drill sergeant used it in basic training. He said, mode of transportation is going to be an LPC. And everybody was like excited, thinking that was going to be something cool, right? And it was just your boots. We were walking. Learned that the infantry uses the LPC probably more than any other vehicle in the Army. But you get to take it home. Yeah. It's an everyday driver. All right, folks, that's going to be our show tonight. Any more comments on this one? We can finish out talking about this one. I don't know if I've gotten to everyone. Let's go around the room real quick. Big Ron, any comments on this last video?
Nope.
No one has an issue with him shooting at the vehicle as it's fleeing?
No.
Okay. Fidji?
Nope.
Bruce Wayne?
No bill.
Well, where's an attorney in the room when you need one? Corey?
No bill, senor.
Burton?
I'm going to say no bill. But yeah, the car had already gone by when he started shooting. But no bill.
Jason? I could put the video back up if you'd like to see it again as he shoots as this car drives past him with his door open. Door's taking up 3 feet at least, so he's beyond a 3-foot perimeter of this officer as he shoots when he goes by. I can play that video for you again if you need to see it.
No, no bill.
Actually, Jason, what did you mean?
Go ahead, real quick, Corey.
I'm sorry, Jason. What did you mean by that pit maneuver earlier? What did you mean by that?
I'm sorry, we ain't got time for that.
I was joking.
All right. He meant bump him with a car and knock the dude over. What's wrong with doing that? I don't see an issue. But you got to be careful because it could be considered the use of a deadly weapon. You can find yourself in some hot water as a police officer by doing it.
If it was justified, I'm fine with it. And I just want to give a shout out to my son down at Camp Lejeune. Just got back from a deployment. He's a Marine like Corey. He's listening tonight. So hello.
Well, your dad talks about you a lot. Very proud of you. We're proud of you too. Thank you for your service. Everything I say about the Marine Corps is in love, my friend, except for Corey. Everything I say to Corey, it's intentional. I mean it from the bottom of
And
my
tell
heart.
him I said, "Rah." I
Welcome
love
home,
it.
buddy. I'm
I love
sure it's a
it.
lot warmer here.
That's right. That's right.
Rah. It's like a cheerleading
No,
squad.
I know.
I was
Just like how
thinking
the
it's
army
like
goes, ooh
cheerleaders.
yeah.
Rah,
Hold
rah,
on.
rah.
No, we go.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Joe brought up transvestites earlier. You can't.
He did. He wanted to go to Bangkok.
Right.
It's very strange. You
I don't
act like
recall
on the
that.
stream that this is the first time that topic has come up in this group. We've actually had shows on it. So
You
that's
brought it up.
that's the show tonight, folks. We appreciate you. Catch us on X. Give me about 20-25 minutes. We'll kick up a little after party and we can continue the discussion. Join us there. And if you're not a member of our community, you should probably do so. It's tagged onto my timeline on X at the top, pinned. Join our community to keep you updated on the different types of shows that we're experimenting with and playing with over the next couple of months. Thanks, everyone.
Hello.
No.
And did you ever get any money from Maya Lansky?
I never got money from any of those fellas.
None of those
None of those fellas. None of these that I've been reading about, or none that I knew. They never gave me anything.
None of the Shennies?
No. I don't even speak to it. I mean, I met that Charlie once or twice. I don't even talk to him.
You don't like it?
No.
Night Court with Joe Lanou live on X.
Also known as Duck Corella. I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent to criminate. You got any business? I refuse to answer on the grounds of intent to criminate. You have any profession? I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent to criminate. You have any occupation? I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent to criminate. Are you a known racketeer? I refuse to answer on the grounds of main intent.